those gross and subtle matters, right? So the beginning, the way to enter into those pastimes, the sweet pastimes of Krishna, Prabhupada is giving those code instructions. To start with, we are not this body, but we are the beloved part and parcel of Krishna, as Prabhupada writes in one of his purports, that we are all beloved part and parcel of Supreme Lord Krishna. So that thing to give up that enjoying mentality, that begins with developing the serving mood. And the real serving mood means to give enjoyment to Krishna, to give pleasure to Krishna, rather than seeking pleasure from this material world, rather than extracting the pleasure from gross and subtle matters. Our prime duty is to provide supreme pleasure to Krishna, to assist in his enjoyership, like, and in among all the living beings, the topmost personality which gives the best enjoyment to Krishna is Srimati Radharani. So in that ways, we are the follower of Srimati Radharani, and we want to assist her in her service to Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Yes, we can read ahead. And
why have people accepted this sort of civilization? Because they are led by blind leaders. We are conducting this Krishna consciousness movement and very few are interested. But suppose we advertise some falsehood. If you follow this path, within 6 months, you'll become God and you will be all powerful. Many people would come. This is actually one blind man leading other blind men. Suppose one blind man says, all right, come follow me. I shall help you crossing this busy Mulberry Street. He is blind and the followers are also blind. The result will be that they will be hit by some car or truck or they will all die.
yes, Ru, continue. We do
not know that we are bound by the stringent laws of material nature. How can we become free from this material bondage? We have to take instruction from those who are not blind, whose eyes are opened and who are liberated from this material bondage. One must take instruction from such persons, and then he'll understand his self-interest. Otherwise, if one who is blind takes instruction from a blind man, it will not be possible for him to be liberated from material bondage.
So here, Srila Prabhupada is giving us a warning that to get liberation from material bondage, we need to take instruction from the bona fide source. We need to take instruction from those persons who have eyes to see, through the Vedic scriptures. And Prabhupada is writing, otherwise, if one who is blind take instruction from a blind man, it will not be possible for him to be liberated from material bondage. So seeking instruction, hearing from bona fide source is one of the very important quality of a devotee. In second canto, I was reading today, chapter 8, where Parikshit Maharaj is asking various questions from Sukdev Goswami. And in that chapter, that whole chapter is about how Parikshit Maharaj is asking question, in what mood, and what are those questions he's asking. He is a Nitya Siddh Mahabhagavat pure devotee, Parikshit Maharaj. And the questions he's asking are very basics. But the mood the mood through which he is asking those questions to his spiritual master. Prabhupada is commenting in his purport that this is the most important quality of a devotee, to ask inquiries from the bona fide source. Unless we have that seeking mood to progress in devotional service, we won't be able to grow in a satisfying way in Krishna consciousness. Asking questions, having eagerness to know, having eagerness to grow is very important in Krishna consciousness. That eagerness, that enthusiasm is very important for us to survive in bhakti. Unless we have that eagerness and enthusiasm, like this eagerness and enthusiasm, they are the energy by which we can continue. Because as time passes in Krishna consciousness, we enter or we reach to a zone where we feel that, oh, I know everything now. Now what is new? What's new for me? I know everything now. I have read all Prabhupada books. I have read Chaitanya Charitamrita. I have read Srimad Bhagavatam. And I know philosophy. I'm very thorough with the philosophy. Oh, I can now give classes also. Now there is nothing which is appealing to me, to my mind, to my intelligence. That stage is very, crucial stage where a devotee stops seeking for any inquiries because he or she thinks that he knows everything now. But Parikshit Maharaj, he was a pure devotee. He was a grandson of Pandavas, very close to Krishna. Krishna saved him in the womb. Before his birth, Krishna gave him the darshan. Still, he is having that eagerness, mood, and enthusiasm with rapt attention. He is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So, how he was having that, as Prabhupada is telling that we should always inquire from the bona fide source. Generally, as time passes, because we are casual in Krishna consciousness, because we commit some offenses, we lose our enthusiasm and gradually taste in Krishna consciousness. So, as I was reading the message, it was session number 322. So this shows that you all devotees are very sincere in your Krishna consciousness. That consistency is the proof that you are all very nicely growing in Krishna consciousness. That progress and consistency is very important in Krishna consciousness. And this shows that, you all devotees are very eager to understand Srila Prabhupada books, very eager to seek the inquiries, the questions which you all have. And many of you, I'm seeing that you all are preparing notes and writing the good important points. So this is very encouraging and inspiring. And you are all following those, what Prabhupada is saying here, to, approach the bona fide source and seek answers from them. Yes, Lord, can go ahead.
All right. What is self-interest? What is the interest of a child when it is crying? It is searching after the mother's breast. Anyone who knows this immediately brings a child to its mother. Take care of a child. He is crying. The mother takes him to her breast, and the child is immediately happy. The child cannot express what he wants, so he simply cries. But one who knows what he is crying for helps him, and the child becomes happy. Similarly, because we are part and parcel of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we're actually crying for Krishna. But these false leaders, these blind leaders who do not know, are giving stone instead of bread. How
Yeah,
can,
so,
sorry,
yeah. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying very important line one, that we are actually crying for Krishna. In our conditioned stage, we are crying for Krishna's external energy. And when we are liberated, we will cry for Krishna's internal energy. So ultimately, we have to cry. And His Holiness Gaur Govind Maharaj was saying this, that we have opened this crying school for Krishna. Right? So everybody is crying actually. Devotees, they are crying for Krishna, and non-devotees, materialists, they are also crying, but for Maya. Right? So we have to cry. Why we have to cry? Because we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are the tiny, insignificant jiva, and Krishna is our master. So we have to cry for him. And Prabhupada is here quoting that the person who knows why he is crying, that person can help the child. So similarly, that person who knows why we are crying in this material world, that person is our spiritual master, our guru. He knows that what we want. But instead of taking shelter of Guru, Srila Prabhupada is saying that we are taking shelter of these false leaders, these blind leaders who do not know, and they are giving stone instead of bread, which makes our cry even more pity. Right? If a child is crying and instead of giving milk, you give him a stone, that will be more painful to him. Right? So, because non-devotees are in ignorant position, it they don't know, right? So it becomes our responsibility to give them the solace, to give them the treatment. Then only what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Janma sarthak kari kar paropkar. So the giving bread is kar paropkar. So, but before doing, benefit to others, first we have to take that treatment. And that treatment begins by doing such kind of sincere reading, hearing, chanting in association of devotees. Yeah. Yes, we can continue.
how can one be happy? I've already explained the gross external energy and the subtle external energy. Those who are interested in this gross and subtle external energy will never have their ambition of life fulfilled. One who is interested in Vishnu and in showing the path of Vishnu is a real friend. One who is giving Krishna consciousness is a real friend of the world. No others can give happiness to human society. That is the explanation given by Prahlad Maharaj.
So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Suridam Sarva Bhutanam, I am that real well-wisher, well-wishing friend of everyone. So Prabhupada is writing that One who is giving Krishna consciousness is the real friend of the world. So actually, Krishna is our real friend, and one who is delivering to Krishna also becomes the real well-wishing friend of everyone. So no others can give happiness to human society. And Prahlad Maharaj, as Prabhupada is quoting, that he is giving that explanation in Srimad Bhagavatam while he is praying to Narsimhadev, that devotees are the real well-wishing friend of everyone, and they are falsely trying to make a plan how to become happy in this material world. But devotee are real well-wishing friend of those persons who have convinced themselves that I will be able to enjoy in this material world. For them, the real friends are the devotees of Krishna. Yes.
You cannot manufacture a process of happiness by tackling this material energy. That is not possible because this material energy is not under your control. It is controlled by the Supreme. How can you overpower the material energy? It is not possible. That is explained in Bhagavad Gita. It is not possible to overcome the stringent laws of material nature. Krishna says, it is my energy. I am the controller. But one can surrender unto me.
So actually, Krishna is the real controller, and this material energy is also under his control. But our problem is we are trying to become that controller. So because we are trying to become the controller of this material energy, so we get attracted by material energy. We get overpowered by material energy. This material energy is actually the servant of Krishna, Durga Devi. Actually, in one class I was hearing today that Maya Devi is also pure devotee of Krishna. Maya Devi is actually pure devotee of Krishna. She is doing her job so accurately, so nicely, that even we have one small mistake, she will put an obstacle for us to going towards Krishna. So she is doing her job very meticulously, very accurately. So we have to convince ourselves by reading Prabhupada books that Krishna is the real controller, and whatever situations we are right now facing, that whole entire situation has been orchestrated by Supreme Lord. And we have to just understand what lessons I have to derive from those situations. Instead of controlling those situations, instead of manipulating those situations and people, we should be in a mood that Krishna is the real controller and what Krishna wants to teach me by putting me in this situation. Actually, Krishna will never change the situation. Like Arjuna was demanding in Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 to please change the situation, Krishna. I don't want to fight. You fight. I will just go and beg. You can kill them very easily. So Arjuna was demanding to change the situation. But Krishna, what Krishna did? He never changed the situation. He said, Arjuna, even if you will not fight, the opposite party will going to die. So I have already made the plan that they are going to die, and I have already made the plan that this will be the situation. So we should never demand from Supreme Lord to change the situation. But Krishna, because he is the real well-wisher, he is all merciful. What he will do, he will not change the situation, but he will use those situations to change us, so that ultimately we surrender. Just like Krishna didn't change the battlefield scenario, but he changed Arjuna to surrender and to realign his desire with Krishna's desire. So Krishna is using our situation to change us. So this we have to have firm conviction. Otherwise, as a devotee, we will be frustrated. We will be carrying wrong expectations from Krishna. So how Krishna is dealing with his devotees, how Krishna is training the devotees, that knowledge we get from the scriptures. So we should read scriptures, read Srila Prabhupada books very nicely with all angles in association of devotees so that we can get clear picture. Once we get to know how Krishna is dealing with devotees, once we get to know what Krishna likes and dislikes, then it becomes very easy for us, to deal with Krishna, to deal, to understand his message, what he's trying to teach us by putting in this situation. So we are the servant, we are, we are under his control, and so we should always be in a prayerful and humble mood, that what, oh my Supreme Lord, now this is the situation and I am really helpless. Please give me intelligence how I can continue my devotional service in this situation. I don't know about my material life, what's going to happen now with me in this situation, but give me strength and intelligence how to continue my devotional service. So that becomes the actual protection from the Supreme Lord. Krishna actually protects us in the sense that he protects our devotional service. Like Parikshit Maharaj, when he was in the womb of his mother Uttara, Krishna protected him from the Brahmastra. But when he got the curse, so then Parikshit Maharaj didn't complain, oh Krishna, you protect me in the womb, and now I have got the curse. Why you are not protecting me now? So Parikshit Maharaj didn't try to change the situation. So devotees never ask Krishna to change the situation. Devotee accepts what situation has been arranged by Krishna, that is Krishna's plan, let me embrace. Let me accept the controllership of Krishna. Then we'll become very happy and peaceful in all tiring circumstances. So I think we are end of time. So I don't know if we have any question answers, or
Yeah, we can
end whatever.
we can invite a couple of questions.
Yeah.